Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hopefully everybody is having a good, what is it, Thursday? I don't even know what today is, but it's a good day. It is a good day. And I'm going to let you know in just a moment how good of a day it is. We're going to do a mic check, make sure that I am good on my mic and everything. So if you guys could let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay, then I'll go ahead and get started as well. Allegedly, that's funny. I have my cat. My door is locked with my attack cat watching the door, and I avoid outside world. Me too. My cat's actually in the closet beside me right now. I should have. I just said I should have hooked up my webcam to the closet. That way, I could do a cat cam tonight because he's looking extra big, extra plump tonight. Hi, everybody in the chat. Good evening. I'm just going to kind of go through. I saw that Crime Sleuth and got some sleep. You're kid free till Christmas Eve. Oh, well, look at that. Merry Christmas. You slept. I bet you did because you work hard and then you work hard being a mama, grandmama, right? Oh, look at that. It's cute. She's an anti-self-harming smock because of people like you and Crime Sleuth, and she didn't commit any crimes unless violating a gag order is a serious crime. Oh, yeah. Someone commented under. Oh, I didn't see that. It's been a big day today. So, hi, Lady Justice. How are you doing tonight? Hey, TF. Good evening, Princess Megan Elsa. Sherry. Good evening, everybody. Chris, good evening. Sugar and Spice. That's okay. You're probably cooking or baking some goodies. Sugar and Spice is here. She's listening. I love that. Oh, I bet you're having fun wrapping gifts. I love wrapping. Like, I love wrapping. I actually, back in 2013, I started a gift wrapping, like a little gift wrapping side business. And it really didn't take off that well because like a lot of people don't want to pay someone to wrap their gifts, obviously. But it worked really well for my brother because he had 5 kids. So he always wanted someone to help him wrap gifts. So there I was. We do have some good names in here tonight. We got some good people in the chat. I love it. Okay, so we have some really good news. Okay, so as you guys know, I have been following. I posted a video. If you guys didn't check it out, please go ahead and still check out the video because we're going to be going into another stage of this and this crime and this, this case I'm going to be talking about. But the case I'm referring to is the twin boys, Cason and Cayer, that went. They were abducted and kidnapped out of Columbus, Ohio, in the Short North District, which is near where I actually used to live in Columbus, and it's near where I live now. So as soon as I heard about the case, one of you guys brought it to me. I think it was SRB was in the chat. She asked me about it. I didn't hear about it. As soon as I looked it up, I saw that it was a mother that was doing DoorDash, working hard. It was 9:45 at night. It was freezing the other night in Ohio. She went in to grab the Donato's order to pick up her, one of her last orders of the evening, 9:45. She turned around to go back to her vehicle. She left her twin boys in there. They're 5 months old. I don't even have kids, but I can only imagine they probably look so cute just back in that back seat in their little car seats all tucked in. She probably didn't want to disturb them. She's a new mama. She thought, I'm going to run and grab this pizza. I'm going to go right back to the car. Unfortunately, there was a lady inside of the Donato's, a homeless lady at the time, and saw her exited the vehicle. She stole the vehicle with the 2 boys inside. So this happened on the December the 19th. So these babies are 5 months old. So it was like imperative that we get the word out. So I did a video on it after I found out about it. So that's up. Well, the next day, the 20th, I believe it was the 20th, they found baby Cayer in Dayton International Airport. So she was even closer to me then. So then I'm like, okay, she's coming my way. So I made flyers because I printed them off. I printed off flyers off the FBI's list. It had a picture of the lady and then the twin boys, and it showed, the one twin was found, but Cason was not found. So Cason was like still out there. And today's the 22nd. So last night I went out. I had pictures. I'll post them still, but I posted some to Twitter and things. But I had taken a bunch of pictures, and I was going to do like a TikTok video for it, so that way I could get the word out even more. But okay, so great news is baby Cason has been found. He was found today. He was found actually just a little bit ago, right before I got on for the live. And so if my voice sounds shaky, that's probably why, because I'm shaking like a leaf right now. Because I went out last night to try to help this baby be found, and I was putting up flyers around where I'm from. And then I went out this morning and I did it. And then I went out again tonight. I was out and I was like, it was like raining, and I'm like, I'm already out. I'm just gonna like, put the rest of these out that I had. So I had a stack, and I went through and I put them out. And so I don't know. She was in Indiana, so she was my way, definitely. Because I'm like over, I think, towards the border. But yeah, so he's found. And so I wanted to show you this video the other day, and I'm going to still show it to you because I just wanted you to get a feel for the mother, like the mother in this case, because people were being really, really mean to this mother. I mean, and you should have seen these babies. These babies were well taken care of. I mean, like, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I feel like, really, I mean, this is probably the youngest case of a child I've ever dealt with. And so I literally like feel so good about this. Like, I do. I really do. I was thinking when I was walking up the stairs tonight, actually I have a flyer down in my apartment downstairs. I got to take it off. I could take it down, but I was walking up the stairs and I'm like, Tanya, and I'm like, how are you going to smile in your pictures for Christmas knowing that there's a baby out there? Like, I don't know. And that's like no lie. That's not even something, I can't make that up. Like, just these babies were they're the cutest. And I love that they're going to be back together. Let me see here. I have a couple of things up on my Twitter I want to show you. So this is the grandmother, and it's only 23 seconds. So I'm going to show you, this is her last night, and then I'm going to show you the video that they just posted too. So that way you get a feel for the family and what they were going through.
We won't ask no questions. We don't want to touch you. We don't care nothing about you. We want Cason. He is our main purpose. He is our main focus. He is why we are even motivated to move. You don't motivate me. My grandson motivates me. Bring my grandson home. We won't ask no questions.
Sweet.
We don't want to touch you. We don't care nothing about you.
Then also they, this was the mother. I forgot to show you this the other night, and this really, really got my wheels in motion.
How is the other baby doing? Do you think that he can tell that something's off?
Yeah.
Twins know.
Yeah. I could tell he misses his brother.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I just miss my babies. I miss still being together in their smile. Cason, he loved eating. That's why I'm so wary. I know he's flipping out. He eats so fast. He eats in like 3-5 minutes. Like, I'm just so sad that this is going on and we can't do nothing about it. But keep looking. So happy I found Jair. Just waiting for Cason.
Well, thank you for letting us
Thank
know.
you for coming to help me too. I appreciate it.
Isn't that sweet at the end? Like, she was like, thanked her. Like, oh my gosh, I literally cried with that mom. I don't even have kids. I couldn't imagine if I had kids. I would be a puddle on the floor. I wouldn't even be able to probably help because I would be too busy crying. But before I came on the live, before I found out about all of this going on, I was actually telling my boyfriend, I said, during Christmas, when we go down to my brother's, I want to ask my sister-in-law how she got, into case management and being a domestic violence counselor and case manager for that. That's just something I've always been interested in, something I could kind of put under my belt. That way you can be liaisons and you can be the speaker for these families. But yeah, they found him. Yeah, Crime Sleuth, they found him. So that's the next video I was going to show you guys. So yeah, they found him. So 2 ladies, I guess, I watched the video. I want to watch it again with you guys because I literally was like, he's found and he was safe and he was going home, and then I missed some of the details. But they found him, I guess, 2 women, Because if you see something, say something or do something, right? These two women saw something, they did something, they held her there, and they knew that she was like, that wasn't her baby. They held her there until the police could get there. And she is now in Indiana jail. So she's not even from Indiana. So that sucks to be her. And they have this baby back. And it's going to go back to his brother and his mama and his daddy and like his grandma. So that's the videos we were watching. We were watching the videos of the mom and the grandmother. And then, oopsie, that's me. So that's the videos we were watching. We were watching the, sorry, I'm a little echoey because I forgot I had that on. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. It was like, my little hands are shaking tonight, guys. I'm like just so happy for this family. I didn't think I could be this happy for someone I didn't even know. Like, I mean, I guess it's kind of crazy to say, but you just, I don't know. There's something different with this age. I swear there's something different. Okay, let me get back to my page so I can, I'm not very good with Twitter, guys. I'm getting there. How do I go to me? There we go. So yeah, this was my page. Like I had it all, like I was littering this stuff today. Like, look at this, what I posted. Nyla Jackson, I'm in your area. Bring Cason back. His family is missing him, and so is his twin. So today I was in the ghetto. Like it was places my boyfriend would probably be like, where were you? But that's where I was. Because this is nowhere near where I live. But I was like, I need to go over here. I was thinking, I drove by the coin laundry and I was like, well, everyone does laundry. You know what I mean? It was open 24 hours. And I was like, well, what if she is like cold and she doesn't have gas money? And this is her area. This is where she's from. This is like actually her area. This is Riverside. So I was there and I was like, well, yeah, we're going to make sure we just post it everywhere. So I posted them in there and there was people actually in there doing laundry too. So it was nice to see. People actually looking at the flyers. So I hope that maybe, we had a small part of, having him coming back to his family. But this is the best news. Right before Christmas, can you imagine? Okay, so I couldn't imagine because I can, but I don't have a child. But can you imagine you have your children, you have twins, so you're blessed with two babies, and then all of a sudden, that's like the greatest day of your life. But then all of a sudden, like your babies are taken from you. But then they're given back to you again. Like that would be a whole other appreciation for your children that you would not have without them being like taken, Then where did let me see. I thought I posted it, but it must not have posted on my Twitter. Hold on. We'll just go back over here. Because I had the video up to show you. I probably have it somewhere. Here we go. Maybe. No, that doesn't have a video. I'm going to find you something with a video. This is so exciting that this is like the end for like, this is like we're going towards the end with her, she's going to jail. But, I'm just really excited for this family, especially with right before Christmas. Let's see. What's this one? Oh, never mind.
Latest update on the abduction case involving Cason and Cason. At approximately 2 p.m., Nyla Jackson was taken into custody in Indianapolis by Indianapolis Metro Police, and she was positively identified by Indianapolis Metro Police and the FBI. This occurred after receiving several tips that she was in the Indianapolis area. At this moment, she is being questioned by the police. However, Cason Thomas was not with her at the time of her arrest. We want to again thank our partners for all their help in this case thus far and their continuous efforts to locate Cason. Our officers, detectives, sergeants, lieutenants, and commanders have been working around the clock since Cason and Cason went missing late Monday night. Again, we will not stop until we find Cason. The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward for the safe return of Cason. If you know anything about his whereabouts, please call
This one
our
might be
tip
an older
line,
one. Yeah, let me find them.
645-4701 or 1-800-CALL FBI. We are relieved to have located the suspect, and it takes us one step closer to locating Cason. But we will not stop searching until he is brought home safely. I'm going to ask Deputy Chief Ware to step up to provide more details.
I'm gonna he is found, but there's the one where it says his name, and then there's his little brother, but that's where he was missing earlier today. I thought it was going to share this other video with you, so I'm trying to find it. There he is. Oh my Lord. And he's in his reindeer outfit. The one I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, allegedly. It's probably... Here, let me move the microphone kind of closer to me. But he's in his little reindeer outfit. That's even like more perfect. But I wanted to show you guys the video of the grandmother and the mom. And it was on my Twitter, but I don't know how I didn't share it. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see my phone. Actually, maybe we'll just... Oh, wait, I wanted to... Shoot. I might not have it on my phone anymore. I put it on... I thought I put it on some sort of social media. Like, I thought I put it on my Twitter, but maybe it didn't share. Let me check it again really quick, like on my phone. Yeah, okay, I can't find it. Let me see. It was a really, really cute video. Maybe it was this. Okay, I think I found something. Let me see. No, this is the same video. I don't know why they're... I'll have to look for it. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know where I was, but it was... Let me check 10 TV, because they're usually pretty good about having... This was at 5:18, updated at 7 p.m. Oh, this commercial.
We have an update now to the breaking news just into our newsroom. Indianapolis police have just confirmed that the baby Cason was found at a Papa John's parking lot in Indianapolis. The 5-month-old has been missing since Monday night, but we are told he is alive. We're working to learn more information about this, get more details for you, and we will update you as soon as we learn new information. But the good news here is that baby Cason, the 5-month-old twin boy who has been missing since Monday, has been found.
Okay, and let's just be real right now. Look at those cheeks. She was right. He is the one that likes to eat a little more. You can even tell in their pictures, like the ones when they're together, like he's a little chubbier than his brother. But look at the eyes and everything.
He is alive.
Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited. I wish I could find that video. Maybe I'll find it in my tabs as I'm like closing them out. Because I do that sometimes. I have stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just really excited about that. I really wish that I could have, looked up Madalina's case and found the same, outcome. But there is an update. There was an update in her case. So I'm going to actually go back to like the beginning of the live almost and thank you guys for joining my live tonight because I kind of jumped in without thanking you guys for being here. So I apologize for that. But I really was like, I have to tell them because I was so excited about it. Oh my gosh. It's like the most heartwarming story. If that like doesn't get like tearjerker, And it's yes, Crime Sleuth and me too. I love a happy ending. It never not say never, but it doesn't really happen in this line of on YouTube. You know, when you're doing true crime, a lot of the times it doesn't happen like that. And so for these babies to be reunited back together, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the reunited video. You know, there's going to be one, and I'm here for it. The whole family is adorable. I saw a picture of them for Christmas. They were all dressed up alike and they looked so cute. Yes, SRB, did you see that? They found the other twin, Tammy George. They did. Tammy George, where have you been? Where have you been? There you are. Okay. Hey, y'all, it's been a while. I was going back up in the chat, guys. I know, isn't this is so nice. So that's a good one, you know. Love a happy ending. He gotta come home. He's going home to his brother. And I mean, in the picture with the officer, he looks like he's okay. He looks a little scared. I'm sure he's scared because you can only imagine not being able to have that smell of your brother and your mom and your dad. And like they're, you know, when you're like, you're not around your family. I can't even imagine my nephew when he was little, when he was that age, I would watch him all the time, but it was the worst, but the most rewarding experience because my brother held him from the day that he came out of the womb. My brother literally was like a football and he had him in his arms day in and day out, slept with him and everything. My mom's like, you cannot sleep with your baby. But my brother was like, I got him. So literally when they would leave my nephew would throw a fit. His face turned blue 3 different times where he was like holding his breath, like he was crying so hard. He was so little. He was under a year. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? Because I never really dealt with a baby before him. And he's 20, he'll be 21 now, 22. So like, yeah, he was like that. So I can only imagine that baby, you know. Oh, yes, I know you have. Yes. Well, I hope that there's nobody giving you any bad or rude comments. And if you want me to cover the story, you let me know, Tammy, and I will cover it. I will. But yeah, Tammy's been going through it. The other day, though, who was in the chat? I think it was one of the boys. We got sneaking in. And I said, okay, there we go. North Central Florida net. Really? It's freezing over here in Ohio and rainy. So, okay. So, yep. Thank you for joining. If you could like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff, you know. I did want to put, I had all this up and then I just started exiting out of stuff, but I was going to go, in the chat, I'm going to drop our link to our membership. So if you would like to join our membership, you can. We would love to have you. Let me copy the link and then I'll just share the link with you guys. That way, if you guys decide you want to, it'll just take you over to the main page, I believe. And then that way you can sign up. I know it's cold here. Actually, let me check my watch. Actually, it says it's 43 degrees here. So I guess it's not that bad, but it's just wet. Yeah, I know. I could. I should. Okay. Let me see. And then does anyone know if anything's going on with I'm going to talk about Madalina really quick, but if anything's going on with Banfield tonight, like what's Ashley talking about on News Nation? Does anybody know? Because she usually covers the case, and I'm wondering if she's going to cover it tonight. If I should stream it or something, because I know a lot of people don't get News Nation, and I do. So, North Carolina tomorrow, 8 degrees. Wow, that's cold over there. For y'all, that's cold. Wow. Not me. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. Sugar and Spice, are you still in the chat? She is, I'm sure. And if not, she'll catch it on replay. Last night, I was looking at the chat and I meant to come over and to ask or tell you guys were talking about how what was it you guys were talking about? You were talking about how you wear shoes in the house because you know, a lot of people might not know, but one of our subscribers, she had a couple of strokes, so she has to wear like shoes in the house. I was going to recommend wearing Birkenstock shoes because you said you couldn't wear like thong sandals. And I wear Birkenstocks in my house all the time. I have to have them on. I don't know why. Like I have a very high arch. You're here, sugar and spice. Yeah. So yes. So I have an extremely high arch, and my legs kind of bow inward a little bit. Like you can't see it, but I can feel it a little bit with my muscles because of my bones. Now they have like rods in them, metal titanium the rods. So the doctor told me to get Birkenstocks. These were the best shoes I've ever put on my feet. I wear them like all the time. Summer, winter, I don't care. I'm having them on. I'll wear them. But I love them. So I figured I would tell you about them. They're the best shoe. Like, I don't know. My doctor said for a high arch, and they are hard as a rock. Like you're going to be like, these are the crappiest things, Tanya. And I swear if you just break them in, don't break them in all in the same day, that they're worth the money. They're worth it. I love mine. So I wanted to let you know. I was like, man, I meant to tell her in the chat last night. I saw that and I was like, I would have had a good shoe for her because I'm always about shoes. I really wear really good shoes. If I wear anything that's good, it's some good shoes. Like even the ones in my little picture here, these ones are a really good brand. They're called Me Too's, and I think I got them at like Von Maur, and they're really good shoes too. Because you got to have good shoes. So, has anybody heard any news on Madalina's case, Cojocari? We spoke about her last night on the live a little bit, and then yesterday on the live. I also did a video, a pre-recorded video. So if you want, you guys can check that out as well. It should be under. I may have made a tab under her name. But new information has come out today. So her family wrote a letter and like they wanted it released. And I don't know really how I feel about it. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. Yeah, I think I got this stuff today, Sugar and Spice. I think I saw that today. Good evening, Sherry. Yeah, it was a letter. Yeah, So yeah, I was going to read it out if I can. I think I can read it pretty good. So basically the case is her mother and her stepfather had an argument Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving Eve, the day before Thanksgiving. Madalina, apparently her mom thought she went to her room. Her mother is Romanian. I think that I'm correct on that. And her mother, okay, so her stepfather leaves the house because they get in this fight. The stepfather leaves. He decides he's going to drive from North Carolina up to Michigan to grab some items that he had, personal belongings, the day before Thanksgiving. So the day before Thanksgiving, he pieces out. She's at the home. Madalina, she thinks, is in her bedroom sleeping. She goes to wake her up, I guess, at 11:30 a.m. the next day, check on her, and Madalina is nowhere to be found. So instead of maybe calling the husband, Chris, his name, and her name is Diana, the mother. Instead of Diana calling Chris and saying, hey, Chris, do you have your stepdaughter? She just lets it go until he comes home. And then she asks him. And he says, no, I haven't seen her for like a week before I left. So their stories were conflicting right there. So then she was reported missing on December 15th. Despite not having been seen for 3 weeks. She was last seen on November 23rd, but last video of her is on November 21st. Yeah, she was missing 3 weeks. Yeah. So she was missing, from the 20, well, I say the 21st was the last time I saw her on video coming off the school bus. And so the 22nd, she should have been in school, but I don't know if she was. And then the 23rd, that's when they said that was when they last seen her. But they reported her missing December 15th, school officials, to a school official. It was a school official at her middle school. I think it's Bailey Middle School. And then they called the police. So it wasn't even like her parents neither of them had even called the police. Let me see. I have a banner for her. She's 11 years old, by the way. She weighs 90 pounds. She was last seen in Adidas shoes. I have it in my notes. sure I get it like correct. I did have it in my notes. But yeah, she weighs like I think it was 90 pounds. My eyes aren't working tonight. It's probably because I don't have any lights on in here, guys. That's probably why. Madalina weighs approximately 90 pounds and was last seen wearing jeans, pink and purple and white Adidas shoes, and a white t-shirt and jacket. And then anyone with information, it's below. The Cornelius Police Department. And I think one of you guys said it was a suburb outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's, I mean, I'll show you a little picture of her too. She's like so cute. So I was going to show you this also. So then her stepfather comes back to the house, and they're discussing how neither of them have seen her. So then the mother asked the stepfather, well, did you hide her? And Chris said, no, Diana, did you hide her? Like, are you kidding? What do you mean, did you hide her? Hide her where? For 3 weeks? Like, I mean, I don't understand it, but maybe there's a culture, something going on with like the culture is different and maybe we're not seeing it for something, but I'm just here to give you the facts that I've seen. And those are a little suspicious to me because I just feel like as soon as you walk in the house and you don't see your kid run into you or in the house in general, like, I mean, within a few minutes, 11 years old, you're going to say, where's Madalina? Like if my dogs don't greet me at the door, I'm going, where's the dogs? This is weird. So if I had a child, I can only imagine. Children are louder. They're just children. Oh, let me I'll share this with you. Let me see what else I have. I'll share this with you. This is like a little bit about her too. I think I'm going to get a computer to do this one. I think it would just be easier than my MacBooks. I'm not the greatest at navigating this stuff. Okay.
Use the Bojangles app tonight.
So today, or last night, I'm sorry. Last night, police arrived at her parents' home, and they went ahead and they started collecting evidence. So this is what this is about.
6 o'clock in the last hour, several Cornelius police SUVs showed up outside the home of Madalina Cojocari. The 11-year-old's been missing for nearly a month. We're pushing to find out what is happening right now at the home. Thanks for watching WBTV. I'm Jamie Bowl.
And I'm Siobhan Bryan. This development comes at the end of a day in which we got new details from court, and we're diving deeper into the law surrounding missing kids. We're going live to our Lowell Rose in that Cornelius neighborhood. Lowell, it was around 5:15 today. You called the newsroom to tell us what you were seeing out there. Did you have any indication this police presence would be out there tonight? And what have you learned so far?
Well, we didn't have any indication of what was going to happen here. We were simply doing updates today about the arrest sheets of the parents of Madalina Cojocari. Again, shortly after 5 o'clock, if you reference the video.
I forgot to mention this part too. They were both arrested on failure to report the disappearance of a child to law enforcement. Their bond, I believe hers is $250,000, his is $200,000. She is required to wear an ankle monitor if she does post her bail, which I don't see that happening, but you never know. People could put up their home for somebody. You never know.
Tweeted out. We saw about 4 SUVs from Cornelius Police pull up in front of the home of Madalina Cojocari. Shortly after, we saw roughly a dozen officers in front of the home line up. And as you can see through that video, you can see the officers do enter that home, what appears to be searching the home. Now, we haven't been able to get any information as to what's happening here, but I can tell you that crime scene investigation truck is here, along with roughly a dozen plainclothes Cornelius police officers here on the scene, and we're approaching roughly the hour mark. This happened shortly after 5 p.m. earlier today when we saw those crews pull up here in front of that home. And again, we're preparing for just an update on about the parents here and about law, what led to the parents' arrest, Kaylee's law here in North Carolina. We talked to the lawmaker and what was based on a high-profile case in Florida and what led to this law being enacted nearly 10 years ago.
it brings back a lot of memories.
Kelly Hastings, a state representative in North Carolina, sees the similarities between the disappearance of Madalina Cojocari and Kaylee Anthony.
A child that age, and nobody seemed to report that disappearance to law enforcement. Allegedly, that's what I've understood.
Madalina Cojocari was missing for 22 days before police was notified, and that's after the school counselor and school resource officer did a home visit and requested a meeting with the mother. Kaylee's law makes it illegal to not report a child missing after 24 hours.
The 24-hour period is designed, my understanding is, from law enforcement. That first few days is really important in trying to find the person. And once you move on beyond the number of days, the risk factor goes up that there's been some sort of harm.
Now, as of right now, the mother and stepfather of Madalina Cojocari are in jail right now facing charges of failure to report her missing to police. Again, she went missing for 22 days before the police even knew this was a thing. Reporting live with Cornelius, Lowell Rose, WBTV, on your side.
Meanwhile, that search goes on behind Lowell. WBTV is staying on your side, bringing you every development in the search for Madalina. Ahead on your side tonight, we'll take you back live to that area for the latest on that police activity. Just keep checking back in with us on air. And
they did say that they came out. I don't know if they said in that news article, but they did say that they came out with some, like a box of some items. So I don't know what that means. What I thought I heard something about. I don't know why I thought I heard this today, but I've been running around, so I may be lack of sleep. But I thought I heard that her mother said that some of her clothing may have been missing in like a book bag, maybe. And I have another article too. So let me share this one really quick with you guys. It says, mom of missing 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari believes husband put her family in danger. And then this is where it says about her release. She released a statement, and I'll read that to you too. But it says, the mother of missing North Carolina 6th grader Madalina Cojocari told cops she believed her husband put her family in danger and that he fled their home after a fight on the night she last saw her daughter, according to court documents. But that's not right. Because she was saying, she asked him if they were hiding her. She didn't report her missing. I'm just not buying that. And I usually don't try to make accusations early, but that's just, to me, that's just kind of strange. 3 weeks. The startling accusations emerge Wednesday as police descend again to search the family's home in Cornelius, where officers previously found an area blocked off with plywood. It also came as the FBI and local cops released a handwritten statement from the 11-year-old schoolgirl's family saying they were devastated and absolutely heartbroken and desperate to find her. We love Madalina and are shocked by these circumstances. This is something no child or family should ever have to endure, the letter said of the beautiful, smart, kind, and loving 11-year-old with greatness in her future. The family did not identify who was behind the statement. Madalina's mother, Diana Cojocari, 37, and stepfather, Christopher Paltmitter, 60, have also been charged with failing to report her missing for at least 22 days. That's the mom. During police interviews, Cojocari told detectives that on November 23rd, the same night as she last saw her daughter, she argued with her husband, according to an affidavit obtained by Queen City News. And then this is Chris Paltmitter. That's her husband, the stepfather. Looks like he hasn't slept since sleep was invented. Paltmitter then drove off to be with family in Michigan, which is at least 550 miles and a 9-hour trip from their North Carolina home. The mom said she saw her daughter going into her room at 10 p.m. that night, the report said, without elaborating on whether it was before or after Paltmitter had left and the fight had ended. It was more than 12 hours later on Thanksgiving morning that she realized her daughter was not home, she reportedly told cops. Apparently they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in that home, because I said this on my channel before. Anybody that like cooks on Thanksgiving morning is up at the crack of dawn, figuring out which burners you're going to put the turkey on, or, you know, what time you're putting the turkey in the oven, which burners the corn, the casseroles going in, you know, all that stuff. There's things you got to plan for. The people, where they're sitting, there's things you got to do. You're usually not waking up at 11:30, going to wake your daughter up at 11:30. She waited 3 days before telling Paul Mitter that his stepdaughter was missing, and weeks more before admitting to Madalina's school that she did not know where the sixth grader was. Oh, are these pictures here? Oh, they are. I love this picture of her. It's one of my favorites. She's coming in from, you know, the pool. She got a little, like, her cheeks are just red from the sunburn. Yeah, so the father, I'm assuming, if that's what we're talking about. I'm trying to look at the chat while I'm looking at this too, but the father, I don't know where he is at, the biological dad. I'm assuming he's back home. I want to go through her social media posts. I heard that they're a lot, they're like all in Russian. I would have to, like, you know. But yeah, yeah, 60-year-old man. Yeah, did you see him? He looked rough. So then she said, when questioned, Cojocari told a detective that she believed her husband put her family in danger and that she delayed reporting her daughter missing over fears they would damage her marriage. It gets better and better, you know? I did this video on this and I literally was like, I couldn't make this up. Like all of these different things that they clearly said that was incorrectly, like they don't know they know where she's at. Someone knows where Madalina is. Madalina didn't go and get in the car with her new boyfriend and go cruise out into the sunset. She's 11 years old. She's 11 years old. The mom also admitted ignoring pleas from relatives in her native Moldova to call the police, the report said, without stating if it was to report her husband, her missing daughter, or both. Despite her claims, Cojocari insisted in police interviews that she had no idea where her daughter was, stressing that she had no friends or family in the area and that she might be staying with, the outlet said. Do you think that maybe, like, I don't want to like assume, but do you think this could be like an arranged deal? Because I mean, I had a friend that had an arranged marriage. It worked for him. I don't know if they're still together. That was forever ago, but this is when they were like looking in the lakes and stuff. Not, you know, that's her home. Earlier this week, the FBI released video footage of Madalina getting off the school bus on November 21st, stressing that it was the last confirmation sighting of her 2 days before her mom claims she last saw her. The FBI said it hoped the video would spark witnesses outside of the family who could narrow down the exact timeline of when she disappeared. Local cops have also asked locals to flood the area with photos showing her precious face. Have you heard anywhere, though, that the officers, they asked people to not come out and search for her? Because I heard that on another channel, and I just don't know why the officers would say, no, don't come out and search for her. Let me see here. I'm reading some of your comments. And if you guys are just joining us, if you could just hit that thumbs up as you're coming in. Please join the channel. We would love for you to join this and subscribe and be a Titan with us. I saw that Ellie B is alive on it earlier. But I haven't been really on YouTube today, which is kind of crazy for me. Hey, Heels in the Air. I did watch your video, though, Heels in the Air, before I came on. I needed it. I needed a Mia laugh. Well, I didn't actually need Mia laugh because we had some really good news, but, you know, I still was like, I need to watch this. It was like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I was like, I've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to spare. But to let everybody know, if you guys are just joining the chat, we were talking earlier about the two baby twins, the boys that were kidnapped out of Columbus, Ohio the other night on the 19th. They have both been found. Both of them have now been found, and Cason is on his way home to meet with his brother Kyer and his family and just be back with his his loved ones, and it's Christmas, and this is the best news. And then we were just now talking about Madalina Cojocari and how her family's given us the runaround on where she's at and what's going on with her. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I feel like this is another Lori Vallow coming on with this. What do you mean you don't know where your child's at? I mean, and I said this the other night on my channel, my parents left me in a store once, they retrieved me right away, but it was the 80s too, but still that's no excuse. But have you guys ever lost your child? And no one's going to judge here, no judge zone, because my parents left me in I think it was a Woolworth or something one day. But I mean, have you ever lost your child? And if you did, how long before you realized you lost your child? Because I feel like it would happen faster than 3 weeks. I don't even want to do the math on how many hours that is. So I'm going to read this little, I thought this was the mother that wrote this, but I guess we don't know who wrote it. It was a family friend. Personally, I don't want to judge because men have a very, very, very good handwriting, but it looks to me like it's a woman's handwriting, but it could be a man's because men do have really nice handwriting. I have the worst. Okay. Can I blow this up anymore? Let me see. If I open a new tab, maybe. Yeah. Okay. That's how I did it. I was wondering how I did that the other day. Now I figured it out. So I can read it a little better. So it says here, it was marked December 22nd. That's today. We as a family are devastated and absolutely heartbroken to learn that Madalina is missing. We love Madalina and are shocked by these circumstances. This is something no child or family should ever have to endure. Our family is doing everything we know to do to support the efforts to find Madalina and bring her home. We are and continue to have hope and positivity in this difficult time and pray that she is found safe very soon. We know and greatly appreciate that the local, state, national, and online communities have come together to share here's and offer, positive support and prayer vigils, support law enforcement, and are doing everything possible to find and bring Madalina safely home. We are also appreciative of all the efforts, endless hours, and boots on the ground of the local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies involved with the same goal. This is my first time reading this all the way through, guys. And why do I feel like a cop wrote this? This to me feels like an officer wrote this letter. This does not speak Romanian to me. No broken English. You know what I mean? I don't know. Madalina is a beautiful, smart, kind, and loving 11-year-old girl with greatness in her future. We are desperate to find her right now. She needs all of our help. We ask for your continued positive support and sharing far and wide the posters and pictures of Madalina. Each and every share may be one step closer to finding her. If you believe you have seen Madalina or have any information related to her whereabouts, please contact your local law enforcement agency or the Cornelius, North Carolina Police Department and come forward with this information. Anything may help. Our family would like to express sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for your support. Our family will continue to do everything we know and learn to do for Madalina's safe return home. Blessings. Okay, the last paragraph, that sounds like maybe somebody else wrote it, but the rest of that does not. Exactly, allegedly, right? You're so right. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing that with you guys the whole time. I'm so sorry. I read that and didn't even do that, but yeah. No, 3 weeks. Oh, wait, did someone say 3 days? Or no, because she was gone for 3 weeks before they reported her missing. And it was the school. The school came after the parents. Hey, they tried to come to the house and knock on the door. They did a knock. Truancy police. We didn't have that when I was in school. Yeah, they have had so many stories. I cannot keep them correct. Heels in the air. They have literally. So they had 3 different stories before I could even make the video. I was like, okay, guys, let's get together and get our story straight because that's better, and who decides they're going to go to Michigan? like in the middle of Thanksgiving holiday. Cheryl, I would look for you. And you guys would look for me because I did take a few days off and y'all came looking for me and I was really happy about that. That meant a lot. I was actually talking about y'all today to my doctor. I said, man, they came and they were like, where are you at, girl? Heels in the air. They didn't say who wrote the letter. So it sounds to me though, like an officer wrote it. Like the way that they were thanking the departments. You know how whenever you know the press conferences, the first 15 minutes normally are what the officers are doing and what they've been up to and how many sheriffs they have, and all this like little different areas and stuff, what their things are. But here we have a missing girl that the parents said, mom said, well, I thought she was stepdad. Stepdad said, I haven't seen her in a week before I left. They both assumed that they were playing hide and go seek, a big game of hide and go seek for a while. So that, took some time. I guess they live in a mansion, so it took time to check the whole house. I don't understand that. You would think right away, you would be like, my kid's missing. The stepfather, I don't know what he is. He looks like just a regular American guy. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't think he looks like he's not Romanian to me. He don't look Russian. Oh, look at all this. Yeah, the entire situation is very weird. I just don't get it, I don't understand how you just miss your child for that long unless you did something. Like you had to have done something. Or you would be screaming from the rooftops. I mean, we're talking about Madalina Cojocari, the little girl that went missing out of North Carolina. Yeah, the stepfather, you're right. He has family in Michigan. So he's from America. Yeah, trafficking is huge. I'm hoping she ran away, but I don't know who she would run away to because they said she didn't have family here. So if she has no family here, then how did the mother and the stepfather meet? Like, what's that situation? How does that work? And you should know statistically, bringing men around your children that aren't their father or you don't know them and you're just flushing people in and out of people's lives. And I'm not saying that's the situation here by any means. I'm saying that there's a greater chance for things to happen to your children. So people need to be really careful about who they bring their children around. And this is a prime, perfect example. You never know. It could be the mom. It could be the stepdad. It could be the neighbor. We don't know at this point, but she's missing. And we have no information. It's literally like Lori Vallow. I don't know where she's at and I don't have her. I don't know. I don't even think Lori was giving us an I don't know, and she was staying out of jail. She stayed out for way longer than this lady did, so they're not messing with the time they gave her. Oh, I was listening. I was sorry. I got really quiet because I was reading Crime Sleuth's message. And she said, if the girl is still alive, she could be hidden somewhere, have a feeling like wife battered or sent back to Romania secretly. But why not say so now that she's safe from him? So that makes me wonder. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it's like a DV situation, the first chance that he left, that would give her chance to be able to be like, I'm out of here. Yeah, back to good. She says, I have 3 kids. I'd be hysterical after a few minutes of them missing. They don't seem worried. Yeah, no. 37 and 60 is the age difference. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it was an arranged, like a mail order bride. Because I had a friend do that. Well, he wasn't a friend of mine. He was a friend of friend. But I don't know where the girl was even from now because this has been forever ago. For my time, it was probably 15, 17 years ago, but he ended up meeting her, but they had to chat with each other for a certain amount of time and everything before they could actually meet. It was a whole deal. So this might be like a back market deal, like where it wasn't legit, but you never know. Yeah, yeah, Valo's case is in April. She's going to be competent to stand. And if you guys didn't hear, Scott Peterson is not getting a new trial. So no more Scott. So sorry, Scott. Try again in another 20 years. And if you guys aren't aware of Scott Peterson's case, he's the one, that he murdered his beautiful wife, pregnant wife, with their son Connor, Lacey and Connor, their unborn son. Exactly, crime sleuthing. Like they lost the damn remote to the TV. Like it'll show up. Yeah, like it'll come up. Like, yeah, she's probably just like on vacation. She's in the tropics. She'll be back. It's like who? I just don't even know. I know, Cheryl. I would love to see Vala for a couple minutes myself in a room with her, to have a little chit chat. Not so much of a chit chat. She came with a kid he didn't want. That's what I might be thinking. Watts is another demon. Yep. Yeah. Oh my Lord. There's so many. There's just so many. Let me see what I have up here for Idaho 4. Because I was looking at some stuff earlier. There's not like a whole lot of really new things coming out that I've seen anyway. But I really wish I could get on and type in this case and it would be like, suspect in custody. Just don't record. Yeah, right. That's what I would be saying. Just don't record. We do not give you permission to record us. What was I was going to show you a few things on here. I was going to pull up more stuff for the Idaho case, and then I just got so dang excited when I saw that little boy was found, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't believe my eyes almost, because I literally had just talked about him like a few hours before with somebody like in the chat, saying like on the community tab, like, no, he hasn't been found, and so it's just like, I don't know. Let me see here. I was trying to see what the latest news was really quick before I pulled up the couple articles that I had to show you guys. Let's see. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's December 18th. Never mind. Let me go to the latest. Have you guys seen anything new? I just don't want to miss anything. And then somebody be like, you missed that. But I mean, why does this doesn't look like a white Hyundai to me? I don't know. I'm not even going to show that because that doesn't even look like that looks like a Honda. People are just overlaying stuff now, I think, at this point. Like they're overlaying cars. It looks like around the block the night of the incident. Sugar and Spice, you'd be the one walking out, girl, if you had you some Birkenstocks. You need some shoes like this. You could give them a roundhouse kick to the face. Oh, it's terrible. There's not much too new. No, I didn't see this stuff. I was wondering what Banfield was going to have on there tonight. It's so funny because like my boyfriend actually watches it now. He's like, I'm going to put on a News Nation. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I love it. I love that. So he's like behind the scenes helping me. Oh, I should tell you a funny joke because he thinks he thinks he's a comedian over here. So you guys know, for the most part, if you guys are in my chat, I own a boutique. So even though I may not dress well on camera, I do have some fashion sense some of the time. Well, today I had on maroon leggings and a maroon and like gray shirt. And I thought I was being really cute wearing a hunter green jacket. And then I had put on these black boots. So I walk out in the living room and my boyfriend proceeds to tell me, well, first he told me I looked really nice. He did say that. But then he said, well, what's up with the jacket not matching your boots? And I was like, what'd you say? So the guy that has no fashion sense is now giving me fashion advice. And I kid you not, he was right. I looked at my boots and I said, you're right. They're black. Why am I not wearing my black jacket right now? Plus it was raining and it was just, actually, they're both good for rain, but you know, it was just practical. And I'm like, yeah, he thought he was being funny, Miss Kelly. If he's on here, he's probably out there laughing right now in the living room. He says, oh, SRB says, haha, I'm getting my husband. A tad interested in Idaho after he told me for weeks I was ridiculous and rolled his eyes at my sleuthing. Yeah, that's how my boyfriend is too. He's like, did you hear about this? And I'm like, I didn't. And I love it. The couple that sleuths together stays together. Maybe I need to get that on a shirt, printed it out. I do want to get, now that I said I want to remind myself, I want to get a, maybe one of you ladies or gentlemen, maybe one of you gentlemen have one, have a Cricut. Like one of those little like Cricut board things where you can like do crafts, make t-shirts and stuff. I thought about getting one to make t-shirts for different hashtags for different like victims in different cases I cover. So if you guys own one, let me know in the chat. And let me know what kind you guys have and all that stuff. I think there's just like that one brand. I don't even know how to work those things. You have two? See, I knew somebody. I knew someone would have some. Do you like it? Is it one of them pressed and then one goes through like the thing? I don't know how they work. You have to let me know how they work. Because I want to get one. I thought it'd be a good idea. Oh, you don't need a circuit for that? Well, I could just do it with like an iron. Like I could iron the letters on, but I thought maybe it would be faster. And then I thought even if I had it and, you know, because I would buy like good shirts because I used to work for a really good t-shirt company and stuff. And I would buy good materials and then I could even, you know, put them online and stuff. And then we'd all have them. Oh, just need Canva. And oh, I have Canva. I can't even say that right, but yeah. Oh, well, I can do that. I'm gonna write that down really quick so I can remember the printer part. Because I'll be like, crap. When I get off the live, I do that sometimes. And then I realize I can come back in the chat and then I just, like, I'll always forget. So I always have like a piece of paper next to me. Yeah, I have Canva because I got it whenever I started my boutique to make logos. And then I was like, oh my gosh, you can use it for YouTube. Well, I'm glad you guys know what you're doing. Because I don't. I'm like, because I don't. Okay, yeah, I could do like the cheap, like the heat press thing. Yeah, that would be easier. Tanya, they sell this paper. You can print anything you want off internet and iron it on t-shirts. Oh, see, I need that. Well, you have us, Cheryl. So you got us, girl. Because I have a boyfriend, but he's pretty quiet. So he's here. He's somewhere. He's so quiet. And he has like a space of literally like, it's a desk about 3 to 4 feet by 2 to 3 feet. Or no, it's not that small. So maybe 4 feet by 4 feet. It's really small though. And that's all he has. Let me get over here and do these really quick and show you these. Oh, sorry. Let me share that with you really quick.
Slaughtered 4 college students in Moscow, Idaho. And that is not an easy thing to hide. Friends, family, literally everybody else every day. So is it possible that the killer is exhibiting some strange new behaviors these days, giving off telltale signs that would be huge red flags for people who knew what to look for? I'm joined by Robin Dreek. He is a retired FBI special agent and the former head of the Counterintelligence Behavioral Analysis Program. It's the program most often featured on the hit TV series Criminal Minds. So Robin, what should we be looking for if, you know, somebody's behaving differently around us? What kind of signs should be exhibited if someone's committed these heinous acts?
Hi, Ashley. You know, it's simple as really just being present and seeing what deviates from someone's normal behavior. And we've all experienced this. We can always tell when someone's having either a really good day or a really bad day because we pick up a lot of nonverbal cues from these people every single day. The challenge in this situation is more time passes, the likelihood of the personality type starts edging more probably towards psychopathy and a lack of empathy. So we're going to probably pick up on less visual cues than we normally would.
I'm going to get back to this in a little bit, but not before I ask you, what is happening behind the scenes right now? There's 2 behavioral analysis unit members that were assigned from the FBI to this case, and it's been 2 since the get-go, and it's still 2 today. So what are those 2 people doing, and what exactly is their work product?
The fact that there's 2 is really good. And the fact that they've been there since the get-go is also really good because you want a really consolidated effort of all the information that's coming in. So there's not a miscommunication between a lot of different people. So these 2 are at the top. And at the top, what I mean is there's 60 other individuals associated with the FBI that I saw, and it is an investigative team. And as your last guest was saying, you have the younger corporal that's kind of leading the bench here. And these people are part of that bench. And so these 2 are taking in all this information, all this data, and they're basing it off of their expertise in looking at these heinous crimes as a career and trying to match up the intel that's coming in, the data that's coming in with their research that on past murders that have been similar-ish in the sense of, quadruple murders and other such things like that.
So I look at behaviors of like serial killers like BTK and Golden State. We watched them up close and personal in court, and they couldn't have been more different. BTK was just pompous as hell, so proud, and just seemingly completely unaware of how horrendous he was. I think he just basked in the loveliness of it, even though he had a family, and had this fake life going on that was so innocent looking. But the Golden State was a former cop who just was stoic and obstinate and surly and didn't give up any of the goods. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you get in the head, or how do you profile when it looks like they can be so vastly different?
It's actually kind of similar in the 2 in the sense that if you start edging towards psychopathy like that, it's all about grandiosity. It's how big they can make themselves look, how smarter than everyone else they are. And it's a total lack of empathy that they have, which makes it really, really challenging to see this in the community. It's why these things can go on for a while, because when someone's not exhibiting a deviation from a standard normal behavior that someone that has committed something like this would generally have, that makes it really hard to see. And so that grandiosity starts kicking in, and they might want to flourish it. They might want to get some sort of psychological reward out of this for themselves to say, look at me, look what I've done, look what I've accomplished, look who I'm getting over on this.
So if I'm the behavioral analysts on this case, how do I distinguish between the possibility that this is a serial killer, because that is always a possibility, or just someone real angry, an old boyfriend, an old girlfriend, a neighbor who hates noise? Where do you even begin to find that?
First thing you're going to do is try not to have any sort of confirmation bias. So you don't want to be looking for things to try to prove one thing or disprove another. You're just going to be present and take in as much data as you can from all these different possibilities. And you're just going to look for any deviations you can. You're going to look at all the interviews that are being conducted, and you're going to assess all these individuals, all the people that have come in and out of everyone's life in the past couple of years, past couple of months, past couple of weeks, see any kind of patterns and deviations from the patterns, and just see what's changed from before to now.
It's fascinating stuff. I'm going to have you back. This conversation's not over. Rob Rodrigue, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, sorry. Yep, I was on mute, but that's okay because I really wasn't talking about much. I was like, I wasn't really talking about much. Let me see here. So yeah, that interview was a little bit older. I was just kind of like going through some of the older ones that they had and seeing what they were kind of saying before. This one was from yesterday. And it was updated yesterday at 11:45 p.m. I haven't seen this one yet. Sorry.
And today you found out something pretty darn surprising from some of the local stores around town that sell knives. Tell me what you asked and what was answered.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, we're dealing with a period where we don't know all that much new information from the police unless they give it to us. And right now, today, we didn't get any new updates. And so we were digging into what we do know, something that we learned at the very beginning of this investigation, what police believe was the murder weapon. They call it a fixed blade knife. I wanted to find out just how easy it is to get one. And it turns out just about everyone's got one in Idaho.
Detectives are back to square one, sorting through more than 7,500 emailed tips, more than 4,000 phone tips, and more than 4,500 digital media submissions, all related to the information they have put out publicly. A white car, an approximate time of the murders, and the suspected weapon, a fixed blade knife. That one switches out all the blades too. Turns out hunting culture and owning knives is incredibly common in Idaho. Whether it's a hardware store, a sporting goods store, or an antique shop, you can find a fixed blade anywhere, and you don't even need to be 18 to purchase.
Knives, no, you can buy knives anywhere. Nobody questions that.
The store owners and employees I spoke to say they don't pay attention to who buys or think twice about their intentions. They don't discriminate or ask what they plan to use the weapon for. But after these murders, they say they may put more thought into it before selling.
So this is something you start to think twice about, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, Well, and, there's a couple things around that I think, I hope nobody picks that up and comes this way.
And I want...
Did you guys see that little knife? Like, I don't want to laugh at anything, but like that little old woman, she was like taking it a little to the extreme. Like, look at the saw up there on the wall and the axe and this axe. But she like pulls out this little like folding box cutter that looks like it's like if it cut you, the worst that would probably happen was you would need a tetanus shot because it looked pretty rusty. But I thought that was just kind of the irony, I guess. I'll have to rewind it so you guys can see that little thing.
I want to make clear that just about everyone
I'm just like, oh.
Yes. I think, I hope nobody picks that up and comes this way.
And I want to make clear that...
I didn't even have it back for me.
There's a couple...
There it is.
Think twice about
to it before selling.
So this is something you start to think twice about, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, Well, and, there's a couple things around that I think, I hope nobody picks that up and comes this way.
And I want to make clear that just about everyone I spoke to said they're cooperating with this investigation in any way they can. They want to see it be brought to a conclusion and justice brought to these families. But even still, Moscow police say they have no suspects, no persons of interest, at least that they're letting us know about.
So this is so interesting. Look, I know that knives are common in Idaho. It's a big hunting area, so it's not unusual to have a lot of knife stores. But you were able to at least get to 3 of them today. All 3 of them said they'd been visited by the police. That's correct, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They said at some point over the last 38 days, they've been visited by police and, again, just trying to hand over whatever they could to help provide more context to the police.
So, but the weird thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, because this was astounding in your reporting today, that the police did not ask any of the store owners or managers or workers that you spoke with today. They did not ask them if they had sold a particular kind of knife. That question was not asked of the places you visited.
Yeah, I had visited a hardware store, an antique store, and a sporting goods store. And from the owners, the managers, and the employees I spoke to, they all said that when it came to around the time of this murder, the police did not ask them what kinds of knives they sold, what types of knives they sold, how many knives they've sold. Of course, this is only 3 of, dozens of sporting goods stores and stores that sell knives in this area. And of course, in the greater area of Idaho and Washington, only 10 miles to the west. But you're absolutely right. From the people that I spoke to today, they said that as far as knife sales go, That was not a specific question.
Okay. Guess my internet didn't want to play the rest of that video. Weird. What the?
There'd been reporting that one knife store, or at least a store that sold knives, had been asked about a specific kind of knife. I'm just going to show it. It's a K-bar knife. And he was asked if he had sold a specific.
Look at Ashley Banfield. I saw this and I was like, oh no, she did not. She just did not pull out a knife out of the sheath. She was ready. I love Ashley Banfield, by the way. I'm probably her biggest fan. But I was like, I've never seen them do that on a news station before.
The kind of knife like the one I'm holding, and the answer was no, that store did not sell this kind of knife. So it's shocking to hear that those other stores weren't asked that question. The other unbelievable piece of information I think you were able to get today, Alex, was the surveillance piece. Like the police came and asked these owners or these stores if they had surveillance outside, but did they ask for any surveillance video from inside where somebody might actually make a purchase of a knife?
Yeah, we followed up with these store owners, employees, staff, managers, et cetera, asked them about that specific question. They all told us it's pretty much been exterior footage only. They couldn't recollect being asked about interior footage. And just like you, Ashley, that kind of astounded me as well. I followed up just within the last hour with the Idaho State Police trying to corroborate this information. And the public information officer for the Idaho State Police said that they couldn't confirm which stores were visited, which questions were asked, who they spoke to. Of course, it's been 38 days, and I'm sure they visited countless stores. But basically what the Idaho State Police was trying to say was that we are gathering information about all sorts of business opportunities and operations, and it's all in an effort to build more context.
Oops, sorry, guys. So I was trying to look like on Twitter to see what was going on with the Idaho 4 case. There's really nothing that's going on over there, but somebody, I'm just going to reiterate this. Murphy the dog was a golden doodle. I'm not a dog, like I'm not an expert in dogs by any stretch of the means. I'm not Caesar Million over here or anything like that, but I am familiar with certain breeds because of my 2 dogs. They don't get along with any breeds other than themselves. Like they only get along with each other. So we live in an apartment complex. It's huge. And we have golden doodles. They come in by the drones because they are a popular dog. They are an extremely popular dog here. Golden doodles are known to not bark. They're known to not be, they're not like aggressive dogs. They're known to be like playful, a little jumpy maybe, but for the most part, they're pretty chill and pretty cool. I actually was driving yesterday and I can't post it on YouTube because of the music, but I'll post it to my TikTok. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, it's my name is @TitaniumBuilt over there. And it's literally the song, Sam Smith's new song, Unholy. And it's like the chorus is playing and I have the music blaring in the car because I am that person. I want everybody to hear my music apparently. And I look over and the perfect time, there is this golden doodle just sitting in the passenger side seat, hanging out, just like looking like the music is going to this dog's like vibe. It's whole vibe. So I just saw on Twitter, someone said, some theories are just too much. There is no way the killer was already in the house. The dog would have been going nuts. Those people were stabbed 15 to 19 times is what I heard. That's blind rage. You're looking for a maniac, stalker, or serial killer. This was on YouTube, or this is on Twitter. I think somebody's just, they just want their voice to be heard. They have probably no proof of any of that. But just right there, the dog would be going nuts. No, Murphy would not. Murphy was probably freaking scared to death of what was going on. I even think with my dogs are protective. Like if someone comes near my door, they are alerted They're at the door barking, doing what they do. But I really feel if I was in a situation where I was like, someone was hurting me and I was like screaming, crying out, I think my Weimaraner would definitely run the other way. The boxer pit, she might have my back, but the Weimaraner, she doesn't even like when I sing. She doesn't like loud, obnoxious noises, I guess. So if I was screaming, she probably would run. And Crime Sleuth, and I'm with you. I think he was kenneled also. I don't think he was just put in a room overnight. Those girls cared about their property way too much to lock a dog up in a bedroom with any property in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Unless he was down on the second floor, already put in that bedroom. If Dylan didn't move into that bedroom, that is. My boxer would have peed all over. That's funny. See, mine, she was a street dog before I got her. So for 3.5 years, she lived actually up in Columbus and on the streets of Columbus, Ohio. She didn't have a good life before we got her. So we got her 5 years ago, and now I walked out. Actually, when the video was playing, I muted it because I had to let my cat out. And I look out and we just got her a new toy and there's stuffing everywhere. She must have been having a really good time. She just tore that toy apart. Yeah, that's really all I have on Moscow. That's all I really saw. Like, there's really nothing really going on. I wish there was. It's a lot of stuff, like there's a lot of fluff. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy on the mob crew, like that, like that guy, like I don't know him. I don't know his channel or anything, but like he's been on Ashley Banfield and stuff, and he's doing like overlays of cars that look like the white Elantra. But I mean, I just don't see. I mean, it could do something and help, but I'm not seeing how I could, do anything more right now to help. I wish I could go out there, but I don't know what I would even do out there. Probably just run off the riffraff. I guess I can put this up for you guys since I'm just trying to scroll through like Twitter to see if I find anything. This is just like their latest. Let's see what their top news is. December 20th. Let's see. Nothing. Really? I don't know if that's true, but I don't know who that guy is. Does anyone know who this person is? I don't know who that is. But this guy's saying in the thread, serial killer Ed Kemper has been given publicly available info and consulted about the Idaho murders, according to Dr. Ann Burgess. But there's no. Oh, I guess it just shows. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to go over that in tomorrow's live because it says it's like this might be a lot. Like it looks like this guy is actually might be. Oh, this is Spotify. I don't even know if I have that. I don't have it. I have to get it. Well, great. I don't have Spotify. I can get it. But I can get that. I mean, maybe we can listen to it tomorrow or something. Actually, let me go back there because I don't want to forget that. My face is still flushed from the beginning of the live and finding out that Cason was found. Like, I'm still so flushed. Hey, Tony Smith. Lots of suspicious people and deaths. I know. Vape shop owner, neighbor. I know. Enan. Oh, my Lord. Self-unaliving Hannah. We talked about Hannah way in the beginning of this case. One of you all actually brought it up. Like in one of the first lives, like the first week of lives that we did, because a lot of people, I've noticed you guys are on some stuff. Like you guys are sleuthies to the max because you guys have brought information to me and we've talked about it on this channel. And I'm not saying I brought it. I'm saying y'all brought it, most of this information, like all of it, like a lot of this. Like you'll be like, Tanya, have you seen this? And if I haven't, I bring it up. But we've covered a lot of stuff on these, like over our previous lives. If you guys haven't seen our lives starting from like the beginning of this case, try to go back and look through them because they're not old information. It's really not at all. It's actually information that's just now coming out or hasn't even really even been talked about. Or we're just now talking about it. Oh, so okay. So where do you guys all you guys live in the same spot? I'm like a little bit behind. Now my lab/pit mix. Oh, she eats your arm off. Yeah. So yeah, you got the pit though. That's the pit in her. I had an ambulance here when I had COVID. Oh no, my chihuahua usually goes nuts when strangers come in. She was chill while four handsome men mauled me. Oh my gosh. She was just like hanging out. She's like, I'm cool. She knew when to pick her battles. That's a dog that knows. We had two chihuahuas that lived in our neighborhood, and my pit boxer mix, she wanted to eat them for lunch. She doesn't like other dogs. And I think it's because she grew up on the streets for 3.5 years. So I can't blame her. And so she's kind of going into retirement now. That's what we're calling it that. She's slowly retiring. She's not trying to attack other animals as much. But it's just so crazy. The mental health, Cheryl, you need to watch my videos on that. I have mental health videos because you're preaching to the right choir with that. Because I still haven't gotten help. Hey, Phantasmatic Ether, I still haven't gotten fully help for like what I need for my mental health myself, and it's been 3 years. For 3 years I haven't slept well, except for I lied. I slept actually good after my surgery for about 2 weeks. I slept pretty good. This was just past October. Then before that, it was 2020. February of 2020, and then before that was November of 2019. For a year, I was night sweats every night. It was bad. Every night. Not every other, not every few, every night. To the point where I was making the bed so wet that we'd have to change the sheets a couple times a night. So you are in the right spot. You are in the right place, Cheryl. This is the group. Oh, no. Pulling the suitcase. Oh no. Well, I hope that you're doing a little better now. And I feel like I don't know whenever like I don't know, I've been pretty far to the bottom, and I feel like sometimes when you get to that far, the only way you can go is up. And then sometimes you just got to go in a room and just scream and break stuff. And you can pay to do that. You can pay to go to like places and scream and break shit. And that's what I need sometimes in my life. Or go axe throwing. I would be afraid I would throw the axe and I would hurt myself. But that would be another good thing. But I'll tell you something. So today, I talked to my counselor and I thought we could exchange. I thought it was going to be like one of those things where it's like, oh, we'll see you. Maybe we'll start doing it in a month because I'm seeing her every 2 weeks. And that's like, I think excessive. She's like, how about if we start every week? And I was like, what? I was like, what'd you say? Don't cuss at me, lady. Get a boxing bag. See, heels in the air and knows what's up. I would probably hurt myself with a boxing bag. But I do, you know what I do love? I do love working out when I am feeling like just like I need something. And it's the music that I listen to. I don't ever, it's not probably healthy, but I don't listen to sad music ever because I'll just cry. I know me. I'm like super sensitive when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm like that person. So I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to listen to sad music. I just try not to listen to sad music. And I don't watch sad movies. I just try to like watch some criminal stuff, make myself feel like I'm the only one having a bad day. Like not true crime. I'm talking about like the stuff you see on TV. Like, like not true crime stuff though. Because true crime is real, real, real. I am just so glad that they found that baby boy. Do we have anybody, this is going to be random, but do we have anybody in here from Montana? Or is anybody getting that crazy amount of snow? Look at this. Look at that snow. 50 inches. Or negative. Okay, I can't even read that. Okay, negative. I thought it said 50 inches for a minute. I was like, why are we not converting that into feet? And then for one, but oh my gosh, flights canceled. So I wonder who's all has anyone had a flight canceled? Like, I would hate to have my flight canceled right now. Jiu-jitsu. Oh, that's even better. That would be good. -9 here in Dallas. You guys in Dallas, I don't know what happened to you guys down there in Dallas, but you guys used to have some really nice weather. And like your winters have been brutal down there. Like we don't even have that in Ohio. Like Ohio, we've been, knock on wood, we've been doing good. Last year was horrible. Okay, I lied. Last year was terrible. It just lasted forever. It seemed like it was like April and it was still cold. But we didn't get a lot of snow. We didn't get a lot of cold temperatures. Like -9, no. My metal would, I would just be like, that would be bad. My metal would be so cold in my body. I would be like, that ain't cool. Like, isn't that crazy? We have a really good chat in here tonight, guys. We got like all kinds of creators in here. We got good chat. We found a missing baby today. Still, I'm going to sleep so good tonight. I feel like, I wonder what that's what I needed. I needed something like, you know, like maybe my serotonin levels will be up high. All of California is moving in. Oh, yep, Tony is listening. No, it's not snowing for us yet. It's covered here. Winds are picking up and temperatures drop 10 in an hour or so. No, actually, let me look outside really quick because it was raining earlier, like a rainy, slushy nastiness. Yeah, it's like a mist. It's like a misty rain. Ugh. And it's the temperature here. Yeah, it's 34 degrees here now. 60s next week. Tomboy Charm. Yeah. Well, when we flew over Texas to go to California, I was like, everybody's got to pull up in Texas. Like, I don't know if you realize that, but we fly over a lot of states to get to California because I'm all the way in Ohio. And I've never seen so many swimming pools. I'm like, okay, well, I know that I need to have some friends in Texas. Nice weather, swimming pools. Icy over there for you, Princess Megan Elsa. Man, down to 28 degrees, ice, rain. TF, what's it like over there? It's probably nicer. Maybe no, you might be colder though where you are. I know that, like, let me see. I like to look sometimes. We're supposed to get a storm tomorrow. Cheryl, did you say where you were from? Did I miss that? Or did you tell me and I missed it? Yes, that's okay. Minnesota. Okay, I was thinking I knew we had someone from one of the M states. It wasn't Michigan. So -35-degree wind chill. Girl, you're gonna have to like snowsuit it like up and then snowsuit it up. Don't even go outside. I wouldn't even go outside. Do you get off work for that? Icy there, but expecting rain. Thank you, Heels in the Air. Yeah, let me know. I'll be watching the chat for that too. Because today I was going to tell you, like my counselor actually asked me she said, are you in a safe place, Tanya? I said, I feel like I am. And I thought that was really nice of her to ask me that. So yes, I see a counselor. I do. We all have to see somebody. But she's really sweet. I really like her. Yeah, closed schools for sure. Oh yeah, you can't have your kids out of the bus stop waiting on the bus in -35 degrees. I would blow away. If I was a kid, I was a small kid. I would just blown away. That's so crazy. It's like so icy and snowy, and it's not even like right in Ohio. You usually get hit with some stuff, but we're not really getting it, I don't think, here. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Yeah, -35. That's what she said. Oh, counseling is she's been wonderful. Okay, so I normally don't like counselors. I'm not gonna lie. I like psychiatrists. I'm there because I need medication. Usually, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know, depression's a thing. So I normally just kind of skip the counselor. But she the first time I met her, she didn't, I don't know, she was very informative. And the things that she had to tell me, I had never heard them before. It wasn't like I had heard this for the 15th time, you know? She didn't, she made me feel like I was in a safe spot. Oh, bipolar anxiety. Yes, I understand that. I have it all. And then she even said today, I woke up this morning at 3:51 taking pictures of my cat and dog. I said, and then this dog's over here and this cat's over here and Vincent's snoring. I said, he's breathing weird. She's like, well, that's your ADHD kicking in first thing in the morning. And I said, yep, it sure is. My doctor was ready to send me to psych, but I was scared. Oh, well, I bet. Well, when you go through things, you know, I'm surprised they don't want to send me. It's 19 degrees there. Wow. It's cold everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. It's just cold. I don't like it. Man, everybody stay warm. Keep the babies warm. If anybody has animals, make sure your babies are inside in your home. They cannot be out in this. Even if you think I live in Montana on a farm, bring the cows in. Bring them in. I don't know. Bring them in your house. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be able to. Yes, I had the worst ADHD. And the thing is, my doctors used to always tell me I never had it. And I was like, okay, I never thought I did. And then I met the right counselor, psychiatrist. She diagnosed me. You're getting a bunch of snow. That'll be fun, though. Snow's good for Christmas, though. I want some snow for Christmas. You've been drinking hot cocoa? Today, I went and got my boyfriend some coffee beans. They were expensive coffee beans, but he was so happy. He had his little coffee warmer thing that warms his water out. He got for his birthday, and his coffee beans and his like coffee grinder. He had his whole thing going. And his like little presser thing he got. It was cute. Cheryl, me too. That's you know what? That makes you normal by saying that. Because people that want to take medication, they're normally not normal. The ones that want to take it. People that are on it, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't normally want to. I had ADD when I was in school. I know I did when I was younger. I know I will tell you guys, my poor mother, she was a saint of a woman trying to wake me up every morning for school. The truancy cops should have been in my house. I don't know how they weren't. That wasn't a thing really when I was in school. Like it wasn't as hardcore as it is now. They didn't call your parents. It wasn't a big deal. You missed school, bring a note the next day, whatever. We forged your parents' signature. I never brought a note even. And my mom would be like, what is it today? You know, and I just never wanted to go to school. But it was basically, I switched schools at a bad time too. I switched third and fourth grade, like third grade to going into fourth. And I didn't like that. So I think that's why too. Exactly. It gets worse when you get older. Yeah. It does get worse when you get older. Like I don't stop until I make myself sit down and take my medication and go to sleep. Like I won't, you know, my brain just goes and it just goes. But that's all, you know. Yeah, so I have PTSD, chronic PTSD. There's like two forms. They said something about bipolar, but I'm not. I have the manic, but I don't have the down. I'm always like uppity. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, they would call your parents, leave a message on the answering machine, and you could erase it before they got home. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like, I'll just erase that before mom gets home. And then with me, it was like a time in my life where I just wanted to hang out and watch TV, apparently. Unsolved Mysteries was huge. I remember Robert Stack would come on like 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Well, that's when you're in school. I didn't want to be at school. I wanted to be watching Robert Stack doing Unsolved Mysteries. And Father Dowling with the priest and the nun, you know, solving crime. So I guess I was born to do content creating for true crime. See, I get manic, but I don't come down. I wish I could come down, Cheryl. I'm on the manic for 3 years now. I feel like that's what I tell people. I'm like, I just feel like I haven't come down yet. I'm not good at relaxing, so I'm good at putting my efforts into other things, I guess. So that's always good. But I get my personality from my dad, and I'm very strong too and stubborn. I'm very stubborn. I told my boyfriend that the other day, actually. We were like having a little argument. It wasn't like nothing big at all. He said something, and I said, I am so stubborn. I said, you don't even know. And I was thinking of my father when I was saying it, and I think he thought I said he was stubborn. We didn't have a phone growing up, so it wasn't an issue for me. Man, that would be a good idea though. Like, we had the dial phone, we had the rotary, although no one knows how to use a rotary phone anymore. Yeah, no, down is hard to pull out of. It really is. We had the phone that had the extension cord all the way to the front door from the back door. So if you wanted to talk in private, because there was no cordless phone, it was corded, but you had the cord so damn long. I remember that phone. I was really young then. I was like 9, 8. Podunk, Idaho. I grew up in a very small town. It has nothing, still has nothing. It's just gotten bad down there. But well, I think that's all I really have for you guys for tonight. But I like to come on and talk to you. Hopefully you guys are done Christmas shopping. I haven't started anything yet, so don't tell anybody on me. Your internet did run off your cable, and you had to call the cable company every time you wanted to use your internet because you couldn't get it to dial up right. And then they would say, please unplug it for 15 to 30 seconds and then plug it back in. It's like, hey, Rhonda, I already tried all that. So let's just skip all of that. If anyone's name's Rhonda, sorry, I just made that name up. But, but I'm like, I already tried all of those things. Let's try, oh my gosh. Yours is all done. I used to be so good at like having everything done for Christmas. But then COVID hit, and I didn't see my brother or my family for a couple years. It seemed like a year and a half. It was crazy times. Even though we were all vaccinated right in the beginning in April, I don't understand. Like, it wasn't like we were not to where we couldn't be around the kids. We didn't want to be, not all vaccinated together. COVID took over everyone's life. I know poor Rhonda. I don't know who Rhonda. Rhonda's going to watch this, and I'm going to get like bitched out tomorrow. Watch the comment section, guys. Because if I would have said Karen, we would probably have a Karen in here, but Karen's the word, I guess. But I wonder who made up the names. Yeah, you said you had. I saw that you had a Garfield phone. I wanted Garfield everything when I was little. I remember that phone. Like, I remember that phone. I didn't have it, but I remember it. I don't know why I didn't have it. I wish I would have. I grew up back in the day where you actually prank called people. Like, that's what you did for fun. And people didn't get that mad about it. It was like people from school and stuff, Now everybody's got that caller ID. Can't even really star 6, 7 those numbers anymore. Well, at least Rhonda's getting caught up in the chat. That's funny. Brunstucky. There was a small town where I grew up, and they used to call it something funny. I actually grew up in a town where what was his name? Not Johnny Cash, the other country singer, Johnny something or other. He was I didn't grow up in this town, but I lived in this town for a couple years, and it was terrible. But he was from Greenfield, Ohio, and he shot a guy like in a bar there in Greenfield. He was a country singer. And I'm like, oh, that's a fun fact to know about a town that you lived in. Oh, food taxis. It was hilarious. I wish we had the phone. Oh, I wish I knew where that phone went. Love Garfield. Yes. Like Appleseed, like Johnny Appleseed. That's the only Appleseed I know. Oh, are you talking about? Maybe you're talking to Fantastic Ether. Like, that's so fun. I know things are just not as fun as they used to be. I don't know. It'll probably be like that though. Whenever I'm a little bit older, I'll be like, oh, remember when I was in my 30s and It was a simpler time when I was streaming on StreamYard with my little YouTube channel. Johnny Appleseed. Yeah, so we were talking about the same one. Okay. Well, that's what you said. Are we talking about the same one or not? Because I could go back up in the chat, but maybe I missed something or maybe I didn't. But yeah, whatever happened to him? Johnny Appleseed. He grew the apple trees and then he pieced out, I guess. Someone's going to watch this live and be like, what the heck were you guys talking about in the end of your live? And I would be like, I don't know. That's so funny. Well, I'm thankful that you all came out tonight. And if you're not celebrating Christmas this year or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, hopefully you're taking the day off of work and just relaxing. And if you work in the restaurant industry or the retail industry or anywhere where you have had to listen to Christmas music since November 1st, just have dead silence for the whole day. I would say my boyfriend today played Mariah Carey, the Christmas song, you know, the one. Yeah. He was playing it on his phone. And I actually was like, I could listen to it. I think he cracked corn with Jimmy, but no one cared. I think he did too. I like your personality. That's funny. They're closing hospitals. Are they closing hospitals because of people, like of the weather or? That's funny. That was really funny. Yes. Merry Christmas to everybody. I'll be on before Christmas too. And I'll be on Christmas. I'm going to be on here Christmas. I'm going to be like, what is up? Because I'm going to go see the whole family. And my family, like my boyfriend is not into social media, but my family normally is. Like my sister-in-law. So maybe I can get her to take some pictures with me. And we're going to take family pictures. So I'm going to post those. I have 3 dresses over here. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this little, it's the color of my fingernails. It's a emerald green. So I usually don't like Mariah Carey Christmas either. Like I usually don't like any Christmas actually songs because I just listen to them so much. But I was like, I was actually getting down. I was 2-stepping out there because I don't dance. I was 2-stepping, we'll say. And I was like, okay. I was like, we'll listen to it. Gotta go paint. Oh, that's fun. Well, you guys have a good evening. Thank you for joining me. I liked Mariah back in the early 90s and early 2000s. I'm talking like 2000. But new, no, not so much. She's too high pitched and that's all she does. But if you're listening, Mariah, I'm your girl. I love you. You have my heart. You know, guys, because that's, Mariah. Like hashtag Mariah Carey. She'll be like, what'd they be doing over there? You're turning 47 on Monday. Happy birthday. Wow. You're still very young. Very young. Oh, see, Fantasmic, either earlier I said I can't do it. I would like cry if I watch any kind of like Hallmark movies. I would cry during the whole movie. I am literally like the biggest baby when it comes to movies and sad stuff. But thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you guys stopping in the chat and hanging out. I'll be back on tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning and do one. I actually am going to pick up some shoes. So let me tell you guys, I'm gonna post this on TikTok also. If you ever shop at DSW shoe, like the shoe house or warehouse or whatever, they sell shoes. They sell a lot of like higher end shoes. Go on their website before you go into the store and check out their sale. Because apparently their sale on their website, they don't honor it in their store. So today I was going to buy a pair of shoes that I would wear one time for some pictures and be done with them because I don't wear heels. And they were, how much were they? They were $59. They were $60, but I thought they were like $40. So I texted Vincent. I said, hey, can you tell me what's going on, like with the shoes. How much are they? Because I just wanted to double check before I paid for them, because I didn't even check the price. I was about to walk to the counter and I'm like, Tony, you should check the price of these. And he was like, they're $39. So I told the guy at the counter, I said, can you, do a price change? It's your website, like your website, right? And he was like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I literally own a boutique. Like Poppy and Ari is my boutique. And so I'm like, hello, okay. And I'm like looking around for a manager, but I didn't see anybody. So I was like, sir, I said, I can order these shoes online tonight. And it said they would be ready tomorrow morning. I could pick them up in store tomorrow morning. Like, it's going to be the same shoes I'm handing you right now, because these are the last 8.5. And my boyfriend's already ordering them, because I like already texted him. I was like, order the shoes online. And so, yes, you noticed it too. So yeah, they don't do that. They will not honor it. And I'm like, it's your website. So it must be some sort of thing. $60 is a lot for a pair of like shoes you're going to wear one time. Like, I didn't want to pay $40 for a pair of shoes I'm going to wear one time. Because like, I mean, I might wear them more than one time because they're kind of cute. And they're a little chunkier of a heel. Exactly. And I went out in this weather. And today I was doing good things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was out there like passing out flowers, which I don't care. I would have been doing that anyway for that baby. But I was like, someone should have shared the love with me, but that's okay. Because I'm just going to go there tomorrow and pick them up and be like, really? Really? That's what I'm going to give them the look. I'm going to say, really? Could we really have done this? Like, I'm going to say something tomorrow. I'm just going to make it like so like obvious. Like, you couldn't have price matched, because like I could have waited till tomorrow. I could have literally not made the trip over there. I thought I was getting it out of the way, like I'll get this done tonight. I'll have more time to do these things in the morning. And I'm like, y'all, you all. But no, I normally, my boyfriend buys my shoes normally for me because he knows how bad my feet are and I hate buying expensive things. So he always does. Oh, the Golden Girls. I love the Golden Girls. So yeah, make sure that you are like looking at, because that's a $20 difference right there. Because the shoes were on sale. They were originally like $100 or something. So they were on a good sale, but it was like even more on a good sale. So I was all like, Vincent is the sweetest. He is. He is the sweetest. He knows it. He knows. He does. He supports. And that's another thing my counselor said today. She goes, you have a good man. He supports you. Like, and I was like, yeah, he wouldn't care if I sat on the couch all day and ate bonbons and watched, soap operas if I was happy. But he knows this makes me happy. So he bought me a new camera, new microphone, even though that's things like we need to figure this thing out. But, it's really nice. It's nice to have that. And you know what? Everybody will get that someday. So don't ever think you won't. But I am going to actually jump off of here because I should go hang out with my man. My husband says, can't take the money with you when you die, so treat yourself. I love that, SRB. You married the right man. You married the right man. You don't hear that enough from men. I used to work in a boutique. Women would come in. They would spend some money on themselves. They would feel good. We knew the clothes fit them. I worked in a curvy store, so we had to make sure that they fit them women because my curvy women were a special breed of women, and I love my women, those curvy women. Their boyfriends sometimes would make them come back and like bring the stuff back. Like the next day it's happened. Like to the point where literally I looked at the girl because she would be crying. One time this girl was like, had tears in her eyes. And I'm like, I said her name and I said, everything fit you so nice yesterday. What's going on? Like I made it a point to let her know, like him know you're ruining her self-esteem right now. Like, you know what I mean? It was like $250. That's a lot of money you got to spend on clothes. It is. But when you need to feel good about yourself, and that's what she did. She walked out of that store feeling good. For her boyfriend, it's to tear it all down. I was like, man, all my work. But Merry Christmas. If I don't see you guys tomorrow or the next day. But if I'll probably see you guys before then. But have a Merry Christmas and spend some time with your loved ones. And I will see you guys all soon. Bye, guys.